Alright, what's up everybody, it's your boy DoofPlays here, back with some more GTA 6 reaction videos for you guys. So today we're checking out why I'm wasting my first 10 hours in GTA 6 and you should too. This happened to pop up in my feed and I was like, I have to react to this. By Jericho, he only has 97 subs, but he's doing his thing. Before we get into this, comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, socials are in the description. Let's get into it. I hate to waste time talking too much in the beginning.
This is what I'm going to be doing in the first 10 hours of GTA 6, and to be honest, most people would call it a waste of time, but they would be wrong. And if you actually care about what Rockstar has built, then I think you should be doing it too. When the game is out, so many people are just going to blow through the whole thing within a week. They're going to open the game, they're going to finish the story, they're going to unlock the full map, and just continue to chase objectives, and to be honest, they're going to miss it. And I'm talking about the stuff that Rockstar spent almost a decade building that so many people don't really seem to appreciate. The NPC schedules, crowd reactions, whether that actually changes the behavior of the NPCs and the full world around you. So
I'm thinking though, and he said something a while ago about a lot of people are gonna blow through it in a week. The story mode, yeah, for sure. But I'm thinking, and I feel like this has been a thing since Red Dead Redemption 2. I feel like there's so much sheer content in the game that a week might not be enough to explore everything. A couple weeks probably, but one, I don't think so. And then remember, 6 is expanding on RDR2, so the YouTubers will run through the story in a week, but I don't think we're gonna discover everything in 2 weeks. I mean, in 1 week. I don't think it's gonna happen.
A great example of this because it implemented it to perfection. It had a whole town that would wake up in the morning, go to work, come home. They had full schedules that actually had opinions on you based on things that you did hours ago or even days. And it's really sad to see because so many people just blew through that game and missed so much of the detail. And I think GTA 6 is going to sort of act as a similar trap to Red Dead Redemption 2 in the sense that it's going to be
I love seeing this shot.
Bigger game. It's much shinier, so many different activities to do. And I feel like a lot of people are just going to miss the small details immediately. And I kind of want to do the exact opposite. I don't want to focus so much on the missions and the icons. I just want to focus on the mechanics of the game. The tiny small details that some people only realize after playing for months or even years of the game.
I can't wait to just walk around as Lucia or Jason and just watch how their hair physics move. And the sweat that we see on him in the trailer that we just saw. That little segment as he's opening the door shirtless. We've seen that a million times already. I'm gonna have a keen eye open for those things, for those details.
Like, when the character is facing the sun, you can actually see the sun shining through their ears, as seen in like Red Dead Redemption 2. And so I have like a list of small things that on the surface seem kind of meaningless to do that I really want to do on the first day of GTA 6. So the first thing I want to do is test the police and the crime system. So GTA 5 handled this really badly and the consequences felt super unrealistic and just kind of dull. The line of events and the consequences were just the same thing over and over again. You would steal a car, the police would chase you out of nowhere, and you would either lose them or they kill you. And the same happened for every single crime. It didn't matter how small it was. Now, this was significantly improved in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, you could actually...
They fully overhauled it in RDR2. They really did. That was a huge shift. And we did a reaction to a video on that the other day about committing too many crimes and then the whole city locks down, shops aren't open. Go watch that. It's there. The police AI is very advanced video. It's on my thing. But yeah. And we know that whatever we see in RDR2 is going to be cranked up to a higher level in 6. Because RDR2 is a baseline and 6 is like the expansion of that.
We have several different options on how you can handle the crime, which then led to the consequences that would take place. You also had witnesses for the first time that could make decisions. If they wanted to, they can run off and find someone and actually communicate the crime. And in that gap, these few seconds between the act and the report, you could make a choice. You can either chase them, threaten them, or just sit back and just sort of see the full system unfold. Now, considering this is Rockstar that we're talking about, it's fair to to assume that GTA 6 is going to have significantly more NPCs than Red Dead Redemption 2. And the NPCs, considering the time it takes place, of course, this is going to be a modern game. The NPCs are going to be fundamentally different from what we've seen with Red Dead Redemption 2. I mean, you're going to have NPCs be fundamentally different from what...
Hold on. I've never seen this shot before. I know this is like the Mount Calaga River. The screenshots are on the website, but I've never actually seen this video shot of them zooming into it. This is new to me.
I mean, you're gonna have NPCs with...
But I know it exists.
There's gonna be CCTV everywhere. You're gonna have the social media aspect as well. So the real question obviously isn't about whether the witnesses exist in the game. It's more about whether the whole chain of events, if it's going to feel much more alive, if it's going to be significantly more advanced as we hope and imagine. And so one of the main things I want to do is commit a small crime and just sort of see the whole decision sequence happen in real time with the NPCs. Kind of want to see that initial reaction to the crime, how the crowd reacts. The very moment someone pulls out their phone and starts recording and maybe posts it on social media and the video can like go viral or something. Or maybe you can just pull out a gun and aim it at them and just sort of see the reaction of the crowd. Like, does the report actually die with their patience? And this really matters because it kind of changes what crime even is in the game. If the chain is physical, I can read it and interrupt it. You can mess around with it. There are so many things you can do with it then. Crimes become a system with rules instead of just punishments that fall from the sky and you just have cops showing up and they kill you instantly. Now, here's a question that's no one asking about GTA 6. Can a crowd actually feel like a crowd? Not like hundreds of NPCs running on their own separate loops, but a real crowd. The kind where one weird moment changes the whole temperature for everyone else in that range. And look, I can't believe I'm about to compare a Rockstar game to a Ubisoft game, but Assassin's Creed
That's a sin in and of itself, what you just said.
Really early on, those Paris crowds during the revolution, dozens of bodies packed into streets, pushing past you. Now, it was kind of rough around the edges. This was an older game, but for a moment at the time, you actually felt like you were inside of something bigger than yourself. Now, imagine this, but more consistent with what Rockstar generally produces. Incredible levels of detail, constantly pushing the hardware to its absolute maximum. And this would be implemented beautifully into something like a protest in Vice City or a beach party. So Red Dead Redemption 2 gave us a glimpse of this as well. The panic would spread immediately if you did any kind of small friction or committed a crime. If you fired a gun or caused any trouble, people would start screaming immediately and everyone just sort of feeds off of other people's fear. Now imagine this on the scale of GTA 6, the game is gonna be way more dense with NPCs. You're gonna have people way more packed tighter, like we've seen in the trailers and the screenshots. And also the NPCs are expected to be much more intelligent, at least based on the patterns that were released by Take-Two Interactive, which strongly indicates that's the case. This is basically the perfect setup for a social media contagion. So another thing I would want to do is go to a place where it's really busy and there's lots of NPCs and just create a tiny friction. Maybe just shove someone, antagonize a stranger, or just stand in someone's personal space until they just do something. Just something really small, nothing illegal, just annoying enough to trigger a response and see how deep the system goes.
Because of course we know just going around and shooting up random places, that's gonna warrant police attention. It's a small things that shows you how much thought and detail they put into the wanted system. I'm sipping lager right now. I'm not liking this. The lemon lime flavor.
You know, you're getting tagged on social media, and maybe even you can become a meme in the game. And another thing I really wanted to talk about is the weather system in the game. Now I know I keep going back to Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's the latest Rockstar game and they pushed so many systems to its absolute limit, including
video
the
quality is dropping.
This was a massive improvement from what we've seen in GTA 4 and of course GTA 5. You had storms that rolled in and passed naturally, and you could also see how it affected the NPCs. So for example, when it rained or when it stormed, the NPCs behaved completely differently depending on what the weather was. Now GTA 4 did this as well to some extent. I remember that when it would rain in the game, the NPCs would react to that, so they would like cover their heads or they would like find a shelter until the rain goes away. GTA 5 completely flopped on this area, but then this of course was brought back in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now think about GTA 6 being
I wonder why they do those things. Why do they cut back on things they know are like essential details? What's the reason for that?
In a modern day Florida, where the weather goes from bright sunshine to full-on hurricanes. This has the massive potential of being way deeper than anything we've seen before. So one of the first things I really want to do is just sort of test the weather changes and overall atmosphere and how it affects the system and the NPCs. So if it's raining, do we see more car accidents? Are the beaches suddenly empty and the indoors are sort of packed? I remember there being an alleged leak on Reddit for someone claiming that they worked for Rockstar, which by the way I know is probably complete bullshit, but the point is they were saying that there were different teams within Rockstar focused on event-based NPC behavior. So
I don't doubt that. A lot of that's going to play a huge role into the interactivity, the interactiveness of the open world, going around and just messing with NPCs. One thing I kind of wanted in the game is the ability to build relationships with people, both platonic and romantic, and just imagine going around just raising up every female you see. And then depending on how good you look, how popular you are, how you dress, that determines how people respond to you, kind of like real life. I would love to see that implemented. Somebody could do a mod for that, but that would be really cool. I would just shoot my shot at girls in the game instead of real life,
for things
like normal
beaches
people do.
and city centers. So these are like the kind of things that I really want to test within the first day or two of GTA 6. Just tiny detail that might seem kind of boring
that's
at
it?
first. But to be
Okay.
honest, these are one of the biggest things that I'm most excited about. And yeah, that's it.
I already reacted to something like this. Oh, whoops. Alright, so disregard that. So yeah, guys, that was it. That was my reaction to how he's gonna waste his time in GTA 6. That's what I did when I got 5. I was not interested in playing the story. I think I played up the Simeon mission when Michael catches Franklin trying to steal the yellow Jeep from his house, and then I just went buck wild with the free roam when I got the game first. And I will be exploring every nook, every cranny in this game. Well, given the limited time I have now as an employed adult, but I will do my best. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.